Hello, you guys. How are you? Are you ready to have your readings read? Those of you that have left questions, I just need to check the link over on YouTube just to make sure my live is going on. So welcome. Thank you for being here. I'm very, very stoked that you're here. And what else? Just thank you. I appreciate it. So I'm just trying to get this managed. Just hold on a tick. Oh, it always does that. Okay, I should be seeing this. Anyway, hope you're doing well. I don't know why. I'm kind of like, it's one of those days where it's like, normally I would know what I'm doing and I'd be like, and today I'm just like, just a little bit. It'll be great for reading, but I'm just like a little off. Oh, I know what I need to see. I'm eventually. So I hope you all, yeah. See, no. See, I'm still being daft. Here we go. I got it. All right. Virtual hug to you guys. Hello, everyone in here. Let's see. We've got Priscilla, Zacchaeus, Ron. Hello, Ron. Kat, Jennifer, Priscilla, of course, Sherry, Beth, Jennifer, and just Sharon. Syke, thank you. It's always so good to see you, Jennifer Booth. Okay. And we have Be Yourself. Great name. Milla, beautiful. Hello. I think I've gotten everyone yet. So again, the deal is with the lives, if you want a question read, you pop it over to the community tab for today's live. You'll see there's a post that talks about the live, and you can there's like 3 or 4 questions last I checked, so there's room for maybe a couple, 2, 3 more. Hey Tyler, how you doing? I was gonna say, where are my glasses? See, they're on my head. So I'm pretty much ready, just because I have to mind my amount of time that I'm up and on here to start out with the questions. I just feel like doing that. So I'm going to go ahead, and I think last time I started from the top down. This time I'm going to go from the bottom up. I try and alternate that to make sure that, just mixing things up. Alex Vegan Silva, hello. Joanne Sanchez, hello. Grass grower, always a pleasure. Love cedar. Hi, Shield Maiden. Hello, beautiful lady. And of course, Sharon Sype. I think I've got everybody on here. So let me just, Ron's busy now, y'all. I'm so glad. I'm watching your numbers, Ron. And those I will get those kitty cat ears once you make that number and have them sent to you there in Quebec. All right. Well, I have to make sure that I get the right kind, that will go with your hair and accentuate what you would look like as a cat. Yeah. Hello, Clarence. It's always good to see you. All right. Let me pop over and get those questions. Yeah, see how much I want to read? But this is, I get the tower. I get the tower. Oh, Priscilla says that she's in Washington. Nice. I would love to, that's my bucket list. And it wouldn't take me long. I mean, I'm fairly close anyway in Northern California. I'm just thinking of the flights. Ah, beautiful Washington. Alrighty. Here we go. Let me just reboot this and make sure I get, so I'm up to date on the questions. Oh yes, we got more. Okay. Fantastic. And away we go. Let's see, that is a 1, a 2, a 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. I'm liking it. Okay. So we're going to go from the bottom up. So this will be chocolate roses. And I'm just going to make sure that, again, yeah, okay. Come on, thing. All right. Copy, copy. Here we go. Paste. All right. So here we are. There we go. You can see the question and everything. And hello to those of you that are continuing to come in. Feel free. As always, check out the community tab for which is on my homepage. You know, it says community. That's what you click. And there will be a post. I try to post, you know, make a post for the questions for the live. Unfortunately, a lot of people come later and they see that and they don't really read the details and they leave questions, and it just like hurts me to have to say, you're posting on an, you know, you're asking for questions on an old post. So please make sure that you really read, slow down and just read and make sure that you're not, when you know, are looking through the community posts that I make, that it's not kind of like expired. All right. I am extra crunchy today. You know, another reason why a lot of us are tired as well is with the the fires, the air quality will make you more tired. Breathing, it physically. So that's another reason why people have been tired recently. If you're getting really poor air quality, it catches up with you. It's very weird. All right, now I'm just getting in my zone. Hey, Joanne Sanchez, I love that you're asking questions, but you need to put it over on the community tab. Maybe Ron will do that for you, one of my, or Sharon, but that's where that should go. Okay. Because I'd have to have some kind of order here. It gets that way. My chips are stale. Oh, I'm sorry about that, Clarence. There's a lot going on astrologically, grass growers saying, with energy levels, Mars combustion, from the 19th to November. I'm going to have to look at that. I've got my Leo in Mars right now. I just feel like I'm slightly like discombobulated, but hanging in there. That all makes sense to me. Okay, so chocolate roses, the message from your guides. I'm going to now focus in on you. I always have to kind of break it in. I can't just hop on and pop out answers. And I'm not, don't quite work that way. Maybe one day, then that'd be great. I'm still growing and learning. Let me just focus in on you. Also, let's see, chocolate roses. Message from their guides. Okay. Ooh, yeah, you guys, I just feel kind of out of my body. It's kind of weird. Oh, hugs and prayers. Clarence is, and hello, Miss Kitty. Thanks for the info, Grass Grower. That makes a lot of sense. We'll talk later. Oh, I need to chat with you about learning that. I just am so tired I can't keep up. Anyway, I'm just like dragon butt. Dragon butt. That's like a dragon's butt. Hee hee. Okay. So this is for you, chocolate roses. I hope you're here. You're getting the Two of Wands. Ooh. And the Nine of Swords. So this is potentially showing me that you're at reaching some sort of, I feel like a crossroads or a fork in the road where you've got to choose. And there's a great deal of anxiety about making a choice or just in a place of having to make choices. I'll show you the cards. And everyone, please, again, forgive my chipped nail polish. I use my hands a ton being in a wheelchair, so it just doesn't stand a chance. Okay, so this, or these, or rather, and forgive the glare. Let me just drop down a little bit. These are your first couple of cards, chocolate roses, that your guides are giving me. And I think that when you just look at those faces on the cards, and yes, this is a really cool deck. This is the Illusory deck. And I will put the name I will spell it out and put it in the description box after the live. Okay. But yeah, there's I think you can see Sagittarius is in there, and another one I can't quite make out because my eyesight's rubbish. But that's what I'm seeing. And it's like, do you have something that you are anxious in concern to a question? Mia, I prefer that people, you can post a question this time, but I really prefer so that YouTube doesn't eat your questions, and so I can keep them all in one place, and I'm not spending the live running this way, that way, trying to find one person's question. I have people post it to my community tab. So if you would, I might be able to squeeze you in. Uh, all you got to do is go to my homepage, you guys. Same for anyone else that's listening. Go to the homepage, and you will see, the lists there. And one will say community, and you'll look at the post for this live, and you can leave a question. But I will only be taking, up to about 9. So just know that. Yeah. So back to Chocolate Rose's reading. Then there is the Four of Cups and the Ten of Wands. A great deal of stress and pressure to the point of kind of mentally checking out of it. Getting to the point chocolate rose, that's what I see. It just, and it makes me feel like you just kind of, it's just too much. You see how the figure in the, come on, autofocus, in the Four of Cups card is pushing with their hand away anything that's being offered to them or anything more, because they feel with that Ten of Wands, you can see they feel completely weighted down, overwhelmed. So it's like, no, duh, thanks, guides, but what is your advice about this? So this is them letting us know that obviously tracking, but also they want to speak to your current state of anxiety. Okay. Making sure that I am keeping up with any of your comments. It's not easy to do this, you guys, and I'm the lone person here, except for my wonderful mods. You have to have your mind in so many different places at once. Try it sometime. It's interesting. Okay, so now you're getting the Fool, which is like new beginning, I feel like, and it's falling under the possibility. So it feels like any kind of new start or new beginning just seems to trigger, I think, a lot of this. I'm getting hits on. I just got to lay down the other cards. Hello, Ellen. Okay. Healing. Love. That's good. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so what I'm getting for you, gotta have my coffee. Of course, my mouth starts getting dry. What I'm getting for you, Chocolate Roses, is that they're really speaking about your anxiety, and that it is at an extreme level. But that you have a new beginning where there is healing of emotions, a healing of a lot of emotions. What else? It may have been, this anxiety may have been something that developed in connection, quite possibly to a male in your life. Maybe not. That's just something as a possibility. Also, I see you seeking to avoid conflict. Things are too conflictual, and opting for the Fool as well, this more lighthearted energy, because you're just so overwhelmed. I'm seeing that. also this Page of Swords and the Two of Cups. It, it's really interesting because it shows that you are going to be doing it. It's like a lot of emotional, I know you're going to love this, purging kind of work. Oh, yay. But it's to bring balance because you've got so much that you're holding energy wise within. So I see that there's going to be this new period that opens up where you have the opportunity to heal um, mental what mentality or things the way you think that are conflictual. And I see you harmonizing with the Page of Swords and the Two of Cups. Okay. And that's falling under that Four of Cups and Ten of Wands. So here's the Ten of Wands and the Two of Cups. I'm sure that any kind of relationship would be, you would be very at this point having issues to keep up. But what I see most of all is that I feel like you're going to be working to bring this constant source of anxiety under control. Oh, yeah, that goes here. Okay. You'd be working on that. It's looking at projections. It's looking at choices. And I feel like relationships, communication, but it's good. I see there's just a need to become more mindful of behavior. You guys, sorry. Yeah. To be more mindful of what that also, some things I get a great deal of energy that can be too much is being projected onto you by other people. Maybe a male in particular. I'm not sure, but I just feel like there's some source where it's you just tapped. And I feel like there's some confusion around with that Seven of Cups and the Lovers. And it feels like there could be a question to do with a relationship, not feeling connected, or it just could be like just in general, not feeling very connected to other people or wanting to be as connected because you already feel overwhelmed. But I see this is, with the Seven of Cups, a matter of sorting out whose baggage you're carrying around. Are you carrying around stuff other people have said? It just feels like it. It feels like there's a lot of chatter within your mind that's not yours. Some of this, a great deal of this, other people's projections. Does that make any sense? Oh my God, I've held my arm like that too long. The Moon and the Six of Cups. you know, this is coming like the past comes back. Something about that. It could have been a fear, or I just really feel like suddenly like a fear that was developed when one was younger with that Six of Cups during childhood. But there will be clarity. That's what you're fighting for right now. And you will, I just feel like there's the need for clarity, but there's so much of a, like I see going on in your head. You just are trying to quiet it. And you will, but it takes time. But you've got, it looks like in the near future, like I'm saying, going to be looking at a new way, perhaps, of dealing with this additionally, where there's a conflict or avoidance when it comes down to needing to make choices, or the choices that you're making. It's going to change. And again, I feel like this even could come from past lives. Oh, I'm glad that you're saying what you're saying. Not happy that about it, but I'm tracking. You will be shaking it, but it has, that natural kind of a course of working on it, because I see you actually becoming more, not that you haven't been, but being able. The whole thing is about right now, you're just not able, because it's a cacophony in your head. It's just too much. But things will settle down a bit so that you can heal it. And I feel like it's some inner conflict. Again, this could have gone back to childhood in connection to a male, an adult male. Um, that may not have anything, though, either. It might just be the nature of the energy that you need, which is showing healing for this anxiety. Actually, I think this King of Cups could be somebody you could end up talking to about it or seeing regarding it, how to get it, under control. Fear is your filter. Oh, I'm sorry. That is such a very good grass grower. Thank you for sharing that with us. It's just really the sense of what I get is releasing. If you picture it, maybe that it's a bunch of baggage with heavy barbells inside and weights and old bits of rubbish, and think of maybe setting those down, visualize it day after day, of setting those down for purification and, whatever picture you can create in your head for that. Um, Hello, nasty women. Hi, Lisa. And just release a lot of this, because I see that you will. I feel like there's a bit of a fight, though, to, as you're saying, in order to do so. But I feel like this is what the universe is going to be having you work on. Okay. Don't be afraid of that. Embrace it. Letting go. Yes, you need to let go and so that you can move on. 8 of Cups and and the Queen of Wands. So you can be more vibrant and light. You're going to be letting go a lot of this heaviness. You will. I think it's going to just get to the point where like, ugh, and you're already past that point of ugh. But this is where things open up for you now to be able to deal with it. And you will let go of a lot of crap that's weighing you down. That's been for a long time made you have to endure so much more than you should have, and that has affected how you feel about yourself, um, your esteem, etc. You've got other people's garbage and problems and their feelings about themselves, and a lot of us do that within that you're holding on to. But I see you letting it go. Very glad to see that. Very glad. Yes, you'll be learning. Very busy, um, building up those skills. You'll be able to get to be able to do that because this anxiety, I think, will come more under control as you pursue, it looks like to me, healing various different things, but particularly often things with the hands and keeping the hands and the mind busy. So that's good. It's going to open up and change. Yeah. So you have the Three of Wands. This is the expansion, opening up of your life from that which has been like a prison for you, through your own thoughts or the thoughts of other people. Okay. Yep. Changes Two of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles, and you'll be getting help. Okay. I think you're going to get the right people and at the right time kind of stuff. So just know that this horrible burden that you're dealing with is something that you're going to be blessed with being, whether you know it or not, I believe, going to finding the right people eventually, for help. And I see it really changing, that you will let go of so much of this heaviness, and someone will be helping you to figure more and more out how to let go and clear up your issues. No, that's theirs, this is mine to work on. So I see actually very positive future in shaking it, and I believe you will shake it loose. All right, I really do. Thank you, Catherine Rodier. Thank you. Hello, Larissa. And of course, Jay. And Sharon and Ron, thank you for doing such a great job moderating. All right, let me just get to the next question. I hope that is helpful. Always, this will be on a replay, so if you've got a brain that's as porous as mine, you want to replay it, that's perfectly good because you'll be able to. All right, now I got to make sure. Okay, Tyler, your question's next. Oh, how will my family react to me moving to New York next week? Well, is this going to be a surprise? Do they not know about it? Hey, Kat. Hey, Cecile. That's very, very true, Shield Maiden. You didn't get notified? Mm, that stinks. I'm sorry. Make sure you're welcome, Chocolate Roses. Make sure, Beverly, you let me know. Because some of these with chat help on YouTube want me to be able to pull up my viewers' names, and so they can, I guess, ask you further, which is fine. So at any time, just email me so I have evidence. I'm so sorry you did not get notified. And you didn't get to see it either, CD. That's just nuts, because this is, had this up for some time. Ah, nice quote. Well, I'm glad that you made it anyway. But just know, you guys, every Thursday, 1 p.m. Pacific time, and every Sunday, 3 p.m. Pacific time are my lives. And that I will put up a post in my community tab for your questions, usually the morning of or the night before. And it says it's on. Thanks for checking that out for me, Beverly. I am so cheesed, but I won't go into it. All right. So I'm going to read on Tyler's question. Sorry, the air quality, it's making everyone sick. I think that's why I feel somewhat discombobulated. I mean, I know I'm wacky as anything anyway, but it feels really weird. Really weird. All right. So, Tyler, does your family not know? Is this going to be a surprise? Tina, Mexico. Hola. Yes, please hit the thumbs up, folks. I really dearly, dearly appreciate that. On every video, every live that you watch, would you please hit the thumbs up? Pretty please, with a cherry on top. Okay. All right, Tyler. So you want to know how your family will react to you moving to New York next week? Okay. How? Oh, I'm sorry. I was just reading what Nasty Women wrote. Yes, like Sharon Sipes said, please like script. Oh, thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Beverly. Yeah. That's what the criteria really is now, really, that the people interacting with the thumbs up or thumbs down, but please put it up. Our channels are very dependent. And you know how I've gained so many followers after the thing with Linda, you guys? Well, they've already started cutting into them. They've already started that. So double check, you guys, that you're still subbed, especially if you did not. get the notification and you've had all of that. I'm not doing anything. I don't know what in the world's going on. Thank you, Tina. I really mean that. All right, Tyler. How would Tyler's family react in moving to New York? I'm sorry, that's probably a horrible mimicry of a basic New York accent. One of my best girlfriends is from Queens. I love you, New Yorkers. I do. I love you, East Coast people. Love from the West to the East. See, did my roots. Oh, all right. Dang, I really am floaty. That's so strange. It's weird. It feels like really good for reading, but like I have to keep kind of pulling myself back. All right. Okay. Well, I think they understand. They're looking at this as a new adventure with the Page of Pentacles. All right. It's the first card I draw for your family and how they feel about it. The Page of Swords, I think they feel that you need to get out there and, begin to live as an independent person. So let me just show you the cards. Again, this is the Illusory deck for those that like it. And there can be some conflict about it, but because these are page cards, the energy behind that doesn't feel like it would last a long time. Oh, hi, Patty. Hi. Okay. 10 of Swords. And the King of Cups with healing. So I think that it's going to shake him up a bit, okay, to be completely honest. But I feel like a masculine figure understands that deep down you need to go and do this. They may say something, though, like, oh, why do you want to go there? There may be, something along those lines. They might feel like you're too naive to go to that area. Every parent, let me tell you, as a parent, but you don't do your kids any good with that. You need to be mindful of that. So I think, that there could be some reaction that is frankly a little devastated. Um, I think it's your dad. Yeah. Is he a water sign just by chance? He may not be, but he could have like his moon in a water sign or something. But anyway, it could just be that it really hits him emotionally. Like, I think at first he's not going to like it. And he just feels like somebody swung and hit him with a bag of bricks is what I get in my mind. But I also feel from my mentors that he will eventually come around and understand at some point that you had to do it sometime, This is you taking charge with the Magician. And communication is also very important. So with regard to this, If you didn't communicate much about your intentions, this uh, may make them feel like they've been manipulated. I'm not sure. Let me lay down some more cards. Maybe not, because it could also be about trying to talk about, bring it across to them a certain way as a magician. Yeah, they really want to hold you. They want you to stay. I think with the miser, the card of the Four of Pentacles falling under that card of a bit of conflict, of wanting to keep you safe, wanting to keep you secure. Um, and it just feels so much out of an emotive response, wanting your security. And unfortunately, I keep kind of getting that the sense that you may not be encouraged by this person to, at least one of your parents, to do this, but you know you have to spread your wings and fly a bit. I'm now getting the King of Wands, and creator. You're being the creator of your own. You're becoming, I like you're the author of your own life. And this is very important passage and empowerment as a young person to becoming a more adult, so that you experience those things. And I feel like there's some overprotection uh, by parents going on here. I don't mean by any way to, I can totally understand as a parent, or they'd be like, ah, but yeah, I think you're going to get that initially. It's, yeah. I think dad and maybe mom both, because the Tower falls under the King of Cups. I think emotionally it's a sock in the stomach for them, if you want to know the truth. I think with the Magician and the Four of Pentacles, they're going to try to, and particularly maybe your father, try to talk you out of it. Okay? But stand your ground. And there could be it could be a very dramatic moment, to say the least, but where you need to claim that now is the time for you to build your life more as an adult and to experience things. And I don't think it's going to be easy for your parents. I don't. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. But it's okay. They don't have to like it. I went through things like this with my parents, and especially being disabled, they, oh, are you sure, about going out and all by yourself tonight, staying out till 5 or 6 in the morning when I was dating my husband? Oh, you know, I, and it just reminds me of that feeling of where parents are holding on too tightly, and they need to put their own emotional panic aside. And I just don't feel like they can quite do that. But also, you get the star, and so you get the adventure card with the page of pentacles, this new, path that you're starting on with, and where you're creating and being the narrator in your own life as the magician, the director. You also have the star. It's not going to be easy. It never is. But you're meant to get out there. You have light at the end of the tunnel. There's a learning curve. several learning curves, in this, but it's normal. This is what we experience, you know? And you get the card of trust with the Knight of Cups. You've got to trust your own intuition. And just, you know how it is. We get that people emotionally just want to put us in a little glass protective thing. But the reality is we do not become strong and wise adults that way. That's part of life, is taking that risk. And so I can only advise you to remain very calm as you can, and let your parents know that you can understand their concern, rather than maybe react in under, how one might typically of like back and forth with arguing, and just say, I can understand that you're worried about that, but I'll keep in contact with you. I need to do this, whatever. You know them. Knight of Swords, fighting. This falls under ruin, tower, fighting. Okay. So I feel like I'm being given again the message, despite their resistance, you must honor yourself and honor, more importantly, your intuition. I feel like there's something creative as well, and there's experiences that you're meant to have that will help you to grow into becoming the adult you're meant to be. Bye, Tina. Sorry. And you have the Five of Wands. Yeah, so you're going to, for the foreseeable, future with them a bit yet, have them not be on board with this. And they are going to be very resistant, very resistant. And you're going to feel like you're having to kind of, because you are, fight for your right to be an adult, and do what you know is right for you. Because I don't feel that the environment at your home is healthy for you. I'm just going to say that. Now, I don't like saying that, but it's what I honestly feel. And I feel like you will thrive more, even though there's going to be hardships, and there will be, because that's just life. But it's just so important for you to do it. Let's just get that last row in for you, because I kind of think they'll get used to the idea eventually. Yeah, this is like a rebirth for you. Total life changer. Yeah, you will get clear. There will be clarity, okay, with that Ace of Swords, that you're going to do what you need to do. There is transformation, big time, with Death and the Ace of Swords. You may not talk to them for a while. The Ten of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles with that Ten of Wands. And I think it's because you're going to be stressed trying to get yourself settled, established, and just dealing with them is going to be very argumentative. But I do believe that in time, it will be clear that you're living your own life. And I feel, yes, Six of Swords, the Chariot, things will get less chaotic. You'll go in a better direction. You may even move around a little bit in New York, looking for the right areas, because again, with that Six of Swords in that Chariot, it is definitely speaking upon movement, and movement that is successful. So I just want to tell you that I don't think, unfortunately, you can expect them to be very supportive for a while. All right. But I believe eventually they will come around and understand, and you may not be talking to them for a little bit. That's okay. It looks like you'll be plenty busy. They'll, they have, it looks like a shock that's going to make them feel some kind of way for a bit. But I think eventually, I see definitely things will settle down and go in a better manner. And I believe something will be resolved regarding the contention that they felt about you leaving. All right, Tyler, I hope that's helpful. Okay, let me go to the next one. Okay, it's for JR. Oh, wait, I've got to get the name too. Got it. Copy. All right. That's very good, because New York, yeah, it's a big city. And when you are new, you haven't lived there, it's one thing to visit there, we all know, and it's quite another thing to actually live in a place. So that is important for you to go there as an adult. There's just things you're going to learn. All right. You can post your question if you have one. I do have a little extra time, but only for maybe a couple people to add a question, but you have to leave it so that I can see it on the community tab page. All right. Now, JR's question. Caitlin Louder was an unemployed social worker from Utah. Okay. She was found in a river, or the river. Her behavior was bizarre before she went missing. What was going on and who did it? All right. Let's take a look. Let me just get Kaylin. Glasses. I had to wear them, right? Kaylin Louder. Okay. Kaylin Louder, Utah, unemployed social worker. Definitely sounds just like, of course, from what you're writing, that she was having maybe some sort of, obviously, a mental distress breakdown. But let's just see. Maybe an untreated. A lot of times, unfortunately, when people are not being treated for mental illness, they're far more likely to become the victim of a violent crime. So even if she didn't do this herself, just being that vulnerable can make you a target. So let's take a look at what was going on for Kaylin Louder from Utah. Kaylin Louder, Utah. What happened and why and who? Was there any foul play involved? Or was this an unfortunate situation of an accident? Hmm. Okay, so I'm asking my spiritual mentors what they can show me, the universe, creator, about Kaylin. Louder, of Utah, that ended up in the river. How did she end up in that river? How did Kaylin Louder, why did she end up in the river? And what were her circumstances? How did Kaylin end up in the river? How did Kaylin end up in the river? Let's take a look. Okay. First card we have is the Four of Cups. So this to me immediately feels emotionally flat. Something going on, I think, with brain chemistry. Yeah. Three of Pentacles. And to do, I think, something with work. You know, we this does indicate like something about her work. It could be somebody connected, or even a couple of people. Then again, she could have just been preoccupied and feeling, I feel like, the mindset of F work, trying to get work. When you look at these two together, tell me if you don't kind of get that vibe of like, I just am beyond giving a blank, but I feel some kind of way in connection to perhaps being unemployed, or maybe there were office politics. It feels like that. There's a emotive flatness, though. And searching, looking, the Hermit. I think she's looking for other work, is what I got. Judgment and Resurrection. It's kind of another transformative card. But her head doesn't feel like it was on right. All right, let me put down some more cards. Page of Swords, falling under the Four of Cups. Yeah, her energy with that Four of Cups and that page looks like this. There's a feeling of irritation. Of, I think she was definitely experiencing psychologically a break. This could could possibly be her. We have the Queen of Pentacles here. And this falls under work. Or it could be somebody at work, but let's just lay them out. Just noting the connections, the basics. And with that Hermit, now we're going to get the King of Cups. That's also water, folks. And that Hermit, yeah. So it says healing, often with the King of Cups. And here's the Hermit. She may have gone down by the water, I feel like, to clear her head. But maybe she was not alone. There's the Five Cups. There's just such a sense of loss. And again, more water. Loss. And she could have been having words with someone, possibly with a male, the King of Cups right now. That's the only other court card in here besides the Queen of Pentacles, and both of them are together. He's disappointed, and she's there's disappointment where he's concerned, and with her there's anger or conflict, and it feels more either there could be a slight physical interaction, if that is a person. I'm still not sure that it is yet, because I'm also feeling like that King of Cups could be the River, the way the card looks. But I'm going to throw down just that third line, the Sun. Well, definitely we're being shown that she had problems going on mentally, emotionally, that were conflictual, and left her feeling, I think, very irritable and restless, anxious, pensive. And I'm being shown work. More than one person, usually. There's her. Here's the Chariot and Triumph falling under her there. Maybe a vehicle. Now, I don't know anything about this case, all right? So, totally reading this blind. She could have been out with a couple of, I don't know, or come across maybe a couple of people, that at least one, but usually not just one other. There's usually more than one other person involved. And I'm getting that in a connection to work. The Hierophant is falling under the King of Cups. And so it goes the Hermit, the King of Cups, and the Hierophant. This makes me feel like this could have been someone that managed her, or there's some oversight, some training or teaching that they may have been connected to. Or this person could have promised some kind of teaching some sort of skill, especially since this person was unemployed. Get the card of the Seven of Pentacles, of patience and needing to apply yourself. wanting to change her life. I get a great, that she was feeling no sense of self-worth. That's awful. Let's see, Sun, Chariot, Hierophant, Patience. And that last line speaks of the success that and that comes with learning or teaching, and that it may have required like change in location, change in what she did as a job. I'm getting something about maybe she was considering wanting to be a teacher, but there may have been an issue with her having enough patience or something along these lines. And she just felt like a failure, is what I really got. I was feeling really bad. But it's like, yeah, but I'm not getting a real sense on how. There's the Ace of Cups, Page of Pentacles, adventure. And then I feel like water. Why would she go in there on her own? The World. And sorrow, anxiety, worry. Hmm. Even if somebody didn't put her in that water, there's a possibility that something they said just could have really affected her self-esteem, because it just seems like she was holding something in mind. And she was just wanting to get away. When I look at the World and this sorrow, I get her just wanting to get away from the constant like anxiety, this feeling of being overwhelmed. I think not being employed and struggling to find something that she would be good at. She was speaking to somebody. Well, could be this King of Cups. Let me just take a look. Because, the thing is, being shown at, she just felt like the lowest of low. And like I said, it would not surprise me if there was a male, because I got a male in there, that is connected to her in the situation. Let me just try again from another angle. Know the feelings, Cecile. Don't worry about it. Hi, Laura. So Kelly, not Kelly, I'm sorry. Is it louder? Who was she talking to? Show us that point. How did she end up in the river? How did she end up in the river? How did Kaylin Louder end up in the river? Usually, it should give me Well, right here it shows there's intensity going on. This could be, I keep feeling like there were words with somebody, an argument. Again, this could be with the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, look, the mouth is open even. I feel like there's an intense exchange of words, and maybe even more than that with the Knight of Wands, because sometimes that Knight of Wands will put hands on you. You know, it can be like if you get it's, and I'm feeling this could be more like misadventure, something she didn't intend, comes across somebody, has an argument. Knight of Pentacles and swiftness. Mm-hmm. Could have been a younger male, up to about the age of 35 even, if this Knight of Pentacles wants to portray the person. I know I got earlier King of Cups, but that doesn't, the cards describe the aspect of people, different aspects. This would make me feel like potentially a young male that acted very quickly. Maybe she said something to this individual that was inflammatory or intense, and very swiftly this person may have pushed her in or whatever they did. There's an element of trying to trick or deceive. So yeah, Tower, that to me is the loss of her life, and not expecting it, very sudden. And we get it how quickly it was, not only with the Tower, but with the swiftness card of the Eight of Wands. I feel like there was a heated argument exchange between her and a male. And this male is the one that is responsible for this. There may have been someone trying to pull one over. There may have been some lying, and just like, I feel like real anger there. Could be somebody she knew, quite possibly, or had to maybe even do with someone that she knew, with the Six of Cups and the Two of Wands. Because that feels ruin. And Eight of Pentacles. That also makes me go back to work, connected to the job thing. I mean, like, but why would Seven of Cups, drinking, maybe, and Seven of Pentacles. I feel like there was maybe she may have met up with someone, maybe somebody that she was either had worked with at one point, or who knew of her situation. I feel like she may have known this person. But if not, maybe just the state of mind with the issues with work. But I don't know. I think there's a good possibility she could have come across or was hanging out with somebody that had worked with her at some point, because there's some weirdness there. And I get argument. I get really bad argument. Yeah, somebody here with the Strength, Power, Star card. And I feel like they did this. It would have been dark out. I think they physically overpowered her. And could have been put in the river to cover up any kind of assault or anything like that. That I get the Ace of Cups. All right. So I don't know who it was, but I feel like there could be, just keep in mind, I feel like there's something important about people connected to her work, maybe a couple of people. And I definitely feel like she was very irritable. I see that she was arguing with someone before they, I don't know, did something where they ended up putting her in the river afterward. That's my impression. So it could be somebody that she once trained with at some, who knows, went to school with. There's something about training, work, people, and around this whole unhappy energy that ends badly with ruin. So that is what I'm getting. With the man at work, it definitely could be. I think something there. I just really feel like they got upset and snapped. Okay. And I do think there's some kind of connection through work. Okay, Kath, I'm going to do your question next. Okay. So again, I feel like there's a connection to people that she had trained with or worked with. And in particularly, there is a male. I think he liked to drink. I kind of think maybe, sorry, you guys, I got to keep my, I think this person liked to have a few drinks, and they were having it looks to me and feels to me like hanging out, partying a little bit. And I think, if nothing else, once they came across each other, there was a falling out of some kind. All right. Okay, so here's Kath's. Okay. How will working with my sister-in-law work again? It ended organically 2 years ago. Oh, okay. And she's asked me to help her again, and I agreed. It's a small mind body therapy practice. Hey, Kath, I see you're here. Good. You know what? I'm gonna switch these out because I feel like I need to do that. All right. I'm going to use the Common Threads Oracle by this, oh gosh darn it, Patty Marie, I think it's Marie Palmer. Patty Palmer's one of our viewers here, but so I know it's not that. Anyway, Common Threads Oracle I'm going to use to read about Kath and her sister-in-law working again. How does that look like it will go? It's mind, body, spirit, therapy, that Kath has the opportunity of working with her sister-in-law again. How does that look? And again, this is the Common Threads Oracle. You can find it on Etsy. Let's see. Well, the first card covering you is flow. Okay. So I think this is saying right off the get go, being flexible is important. Trickster. Flow and trickster. Just make sure that things are what they're being represented to be. Let's see. Joy and change. I think you're going to actually enjoy this. The trickster so far actually doesn't feel so bad. And we see two women on this card who are able to work, it looks like, in flow. And the trickster could be like there's a sense of humor to what you're doing, that kind of thing. Because right now it just doesn't look like there's anything like that's the dark side of the trickster. It looks like more lightness with the card that comes next, joy and change. So I think it's actually something that's very good. Looks like you guys work well with each other. There's some levity that you bring to this work for mind, body, and spirit. We have home and going under the flow card. That just makes me feel like, this is your sister-in-law and this is like family run feeling. And maybe things that you're able to do out of the home. And there's the card of the child. And this falls under the card of the trickster and next to the home. But this child feels like, to me, it's like having a bit of fun and exploring new ideas, being open to that are more lighthearted. You get the card of peace that falls under joy. So that looks really good. But there might be some sort of delay that comes around with change and delay. Could be due to school or children, if there's still children in the home as well, that I'm feeling like could be at home or that have to be looked after. Grassroots efforts. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. To me, this feels like there's some sort of need for childcare or something for with the child, dealing with the child, and that might delay it. But it looks like it's good, and I'm going to get that last. I like to at least get 3 lines in there. It seems to, yeah, new life. This is good for you. This is going to be a nice shift. And I feel like, as you said, grassroots feels very homey. It feels very comfortable with the people. There's a flow with people. You sis-in-law, you understand each other, how things, work. how each other's work. Look, motherhood. Okay, so here we have mother, we have trickster, child, mother. Does she have a child? Or is she going to get pregnant? Or have a baby? Or currently looking after children? Because I think that there's a little delay there around something around kids. It could be that she's more childlike and silly, and that you're more sensible with the mother card, and making sure that if she's the one that it comes up with a lot of unique ideas, that to me it's like maybe you're the one that's making sure that the steering wheel is not going off the road, so to speak. I'm not sure. Something like that. It's about choices. Okay. Falling there under the peace card. You get the lovers. So it's all about, I feel like you guys will tailor this around your needs, obviously, with your family or children. This is also going to be something I think that brings in stuff for children and maybe infants and new mothers. Does that make any sense? Okay, I'm glad that we're hitting on the fact, because like this could also, with the child and the mother card, also be an aspect of one of you being more childlike and the other one being more the grown up. It can also be that you will be seeking to provide care for, not for maybe with a special look at mothers, newborn, children. I'm not sure. There's something with children that comes up. And it puts a little delay. I feel like somebody could get pregnant, honest to God, and have a delayed period. That's what I'm saying. But it's a group effort. I see collaboration. And I get the word no, night, and spiritual guidance. Okay, now this is interesting. Where the card of collaboration is concerned, you have these skeletal figures that are, one is covering their ears, the other one's, covering its mouth, the other one refuses to see. So I feel like there will be some issues there within the collaboration, to make sure everyone feels like they're being heard, that it's more democratic. And this could also be a way of saying there's no one person. This is, like, as you're saying, a roots effort, grassroots. She delays. Okay, that makes total sense with lots in, because I see, like, I think she could get pregnant again too, or there's a new baby or something. So there's going to be some delays, and it could be that the only thing here is like there's some uncertainty because of these delays, and because of perhaps if there's a new pregnancy. You're really going to be looking towards spiritual guidance. I see with the Knight and spiritual guidance card, about how to follow, forward. But I just feel like it's going to get worked out. Harmony, yes, and the artist. So I feel like you guys will be very, very creative and open to spiritual insight. And I'm getting that maybe some of the problems, well, that you have to look to resolve because there's an issue with delay with the kids, that kind of thing. I just feel like you guys working it out through the vein of your spiritual mentors and taking their advice. That's really nice to see. And so there is creating something, a group of people that are like the body of an artist, that as one. And there is harmony within that group. Nurture. It's very much online, with what you were. And father could be looking after men as well. But also to me, this is nurturing. People need nurturing because there's so much oppressive male energy, and that it needs to shift to being more paternal. So I'm getting something here about men and doing maybe some energy work to help them be better dads. I'm not sure what that's about. But there's definitely something about men becoming more nurturing. Maybe this is, I don't know, classes or something here going on. And that it's a journey of learning, and you have to walk, away from anything that is too confining. Something that, I think the good thing here is that there's freedom and there's community, as you said. Here's the card of community and the card of marriage. I think this is support in the community. So I think it will go well. There could be some issues though, because of the delays again with her children, and that might require you guys putting your heads together to come up with a solution while she's not able to be maybe as present. So you have to speak up more this time around together. Yes. That makes, don't worry about it. You look like you're on track. You look like you're being mindful. That's why it was so easy to read for you. Thank you. On to the next one. Thank you, Kath. All right. And now we are at Grass Grower's question of what does my guru think of me? And then it will be Gathina's. That's where I'm getting the questions, folks. You have to leave them there. Okay. Otherwise, it F's with my energy. Because the way I've got this set up to go smoothly. All right, let's use the Common Threads Oracle again. I think I got some good results with that. Boing, boing. And Grass Grower. What does my guru think of me, Grass Grower? Gurus. Grass Grower's guru. Say that 5 times fast. What does Grass Grower's mentor, guru, do they think? Okay, let's take a look. You get the card of the artist. So they think of you as being very creative, sensitive, empathic, with potential, open, communicative, participating, that you listen. Okay, it's crossing that. That this is a journey. You get the journey card. You know, they see you as someone that is very creative, that has great potential, and is on their path. That this is a new life for you. You know, it's a change. It's like a reset. They feel fatherly towards you. There's a paternal sense somehow. I don't know if they're male or not, but there is definitely a parental, paternal energy here that is loving, as one would love a child. And protective. There's a protective aspect too. And the feeling I'm getting, taking very seriously how, just like a father or a mother, a parent teaches their child how to do things, how to navigate the world. You know, this person, this guru feels that way towards you, that they feel very protective and they want to be able to, you have the information you need to, you know, get through in the world. Death, that was again some kind of rebirth here recently. Endings, new beginnings, new life, end of an old one, new path, end of an old one. Nurture, the very, again, very paternal, very like like a parent. They want to make sure you're okay, and that you have nurturing along this path, that because of the changes being so vast. There's support. You know, that nurture card is also, again, extremely supportive. Thank you, Kath. And I'm just going to pull a few more cards. These are the mysteries, the night, mysteries to explore and to learn. And you have a calling. They feel that you have a calling. Inner vision, this is what they're going to teach you. It's in your environment, what they bring to you. How to use your third, you know, quote unquote eye. That you see beyond the illusions. Wheel of Fortune. You guys have known each other before. You have a karmic link. I think you may have been teacher, student, guru, and student before. Yeah. And for some reason, I'll just say it. I get the word Japan. Okay, I don't know if there's any interest that you have with that, but the word Japan came in my ears, my inner ear. Teacher. They are like a parent and your teacher. I think that's really good. That's very cool. I'm very pleased with that reading. That's how they feel about you, grass grower. I hope that that makes sense. And thank you for any donations. I really do need it, and I really do appreciate it. Just want to make sure you guys knew that. Um, let's see. All right. Now, this is for Gathina. What messages do my spirit guides, ancestors have for me? All right. Posting it. Wink. Here we go. See how much this flows so much better when people post their questions on the one page for me to get to. I'm not having to look around too much and waste a lot of time, disrupt the flow. So if you're listening, please make sure that you, if you want to be read on, that you follow the rules the way I do it, and more than likely I'll be reading on you. But just as you're asking me to make an effort, and this is out of free time, it's appreciated when people care enough to listen to how a reader does their lives and to put their questions, if they're new, that's, it's different. But that's just how I do it. Because I care about your questions. I just had too many people's questions going into wherever, being eaten, including my own. Thank you, Kath. All right. So, Gathina, again, I'm going to use this deck for you. What do your spirit guides, ancestors, what is their message for Gathina? Gathina. Okay, let's take a look. I feel like almost. All right. You're getting, the first card you're getting is no. And again, I'm drawn to the hear no evil, see no evil, say no evil thing. Inner vision. This makes me feel like if you are receiving too much imagery or dreams that are too heavy, you have a right to say no. There also could be a reluctance to embrace an ability to have clairvoyant experiences. Let me see. Gathina, I hope you're here. Transformation. And yes, isn't that weird? Okay. Gathina got inner vision and no, and then transformation and yes. I also just got, if people are asking you too much of you, that it's okay for you to say no, and that in fact, when you don't want to do something, you don't want to be part of something, stand fast to that. No compromise on that. Trust your inner vision, trust your intuition here, because it's going to be highly transformative and open up your life. It opens doors. There's, by controlling and waiting, there's a chance for it then to open up, apparently, here. And that to me is the growth of your own intuitive skills to guide you, and not just perhaps capitulating to other people that are trying to push you to believe something or to do something or to see something a certain way. Yes, folks, please read what Sharon's saying here, because I cannot, there's a way that we do this in order to make sure people actually get their questions read, and so that there is a nice flow. And that is that you leave your questions on my community page. Struggle magic. Yeah. Again, it looks like there's some issues here, some resistance in dealing with clairvoyant energy. All right. And I think, like, especially when it comes down to, I don't know if it's collaborating or getting together with other people, it just feels like a no. It feels like, again, we're dealing with the development, a bit of a struggle to develop, or dealing with clairvoyant things one senses or picks up on. And sometimes you don't always want to say it. It's a struggle to find the right balance. Do you share that magic, that truth? Because with some people, it's just going to be a struggle. It's also showing me that the struggle that you're currently having regarding this development has to do with past, I think, beliefs that are limiting, that you need to let go of, that you're struggling to let go of. Got it there. Mother falls under transformation. So this is finding something that's actually more nurturing. It's not taking your energy away. It is nurturing. It gives energy. Again, just being around people that are far more nurturing. Mother, and then we get marriage and yes card. So we get the yes above the marriage card. And it just looks like, to me, this is boundary issues. This is the development of clairvoyant, inner knowing, clairaudient, all the clairs, eclairs. But it's that development. And it is about releasing limiting thoughts that you've thought, well, it's not okay for me to say that. That person won't like to hear that. And just like lift off of that. Let it go. And just, I think there's a lot of fear that steps in the way that you're struggling with to develop these abilities. But with the mother energy, I feel like this is a calling you're meant to uh, pursue. It's very highly transformative. There's so much nurturing around it, and it will end up you'll end up in a more positive place than you were before. Right now, it looks like in a tough position, kind of wrestling with these fears. And then it shifts and it transforms into you feel more whole. You feel more like you have a purpose to nurture and help other people. And there is a having each other's backs kind of thing. Speed and sight. It's like I really feel that Gathena's sensitivities are clairvoyant, especially precognition, and also it's just being able to have foresight. It is going to that growth will be speeding up, and that can be a bit hesitant or a bit overwhelming to deal with. But I think once she drops the fears or this restricting of herself this way, it's going to fly, absolutely going to fly. Yeah. So here's the father card. She's already had that, and spiritual guidance. So she has guides that want her to develop her spiritual clairvoyant, clairaudient, clairsentient understanding. And she is to let go of limiting malarkey from the past. All right. Okay. So I have answered the questions, and I'm at just right about an hour. I want to thank you guys so much for taking the time. I'm just going to check really quick to see if I find one more there that I might. Oh, now I've got like a bunch of them. All right. Well, may not be able to do all these. Understand that. But I'll do my best. I'll start from the top this time. No, that would be, I have to start from the bottom with Joanne, Mary Martin. No, I've already read that. Jennifer Booth. I didn't see that one. They're all over the place. All right, and Luna Light. And Beverly. I think I could do you guys questions. Do those three. And Tasha. All right. That's why it's important for people to get to look in the community tab sooner. All right. So let me think. Who'd be Luna Light would be next. Let's just see the question. Some of this I can answer. Oh, don't say pizza. Seriously. Pizza. I'm hungry. Yo, I probably will just finish with this last question because my husband's home and he's going to want to sit here. I'm sorry, guys, but it is at that 2-hour mark. So Luna Light, I hope you're here. COVID, and will schools end up in person here? Just stressed over the mess. Okay, I get it. Like if school will be in session at the building, or if people will be having. Oh, God, I'm so tired. Okay. Thanks, Cecile. All right, this is the last one I'm going to do. I'll see if I can't throw another one on. I just can't. I don't like leaving it unfinished. but I can't go on much more than this, so it's going to be very quick. And the light, I don't know where you're at or if you're even in here, but I'm going to very quickly ask if wherever you're at, if the schools will, there you are, if the schools where you're at will have the students come in, into the building, or will they be at home? So let's just see what I got. Yeah, that was my husband. He's wanting me to, that's the sign. I'm on Augmentin, which is a really strong antibiotic. So I just feel like I'm constantly right now falling behind. Okay. Okay, so where Luna Light is, will the schools there have the students come into school, or will they be homeschooled? What's going to happen with that for Luna Light? And the students in her area. Let's take a look. I really believe that some areas, just like what we're seeing right now, will have it much worse than other areas. So there might be places where kids are able to, depending upon, of course, how it's conducted, but I get that there will be schools that have to close. So let's just take a look. I have no idea where you're at, Luna, but it doesn't really matter. All right, let's take a look at what we get. I'm shredding this deck. We get the card of sorrow, mother. I feel like a lot of women, a lot of mothers might be very concerned. Then there's those that have lost children, or that could lose them. I feel like, to me, this is the very real sorrow that parents feel, and the concern that they would be sending their children to something that's not healthy. Chaos. I get the card of chaos. So no. This makes me feel, just looking at these 4 cards, sorrow, mother, chaos, no. So I don't think so. I think there's going to be issues with parents concerned, and especially if there are any parents that end up losing children because, or just the fear of it, I think is enough. But the sorrow indicates they're already feeling some kind of way. So they might open it up and have to shut it down because it gets too chaotic. Or they might decide, no, that's just going to be too chaotic. Let's avoid this altogether. Compassion under the sorrow card. Under the mother card is struggle. And chaos next to the emperor. So this is the leadership that's in chaos, wherever you're at. And we get the card of freedom. Well, you got freedom if you want it, but the question is it a good idea? And the answer is still no. So I think that they'll say that some kids can go to school and some are free to stay home, depending upon uh, what the parent feels most comfortable with. I think that's going to end up coming around because I just see such concern with mothers, particularly more so than the fathers, the men. Not that the fathers aren't, but I'm getting parent parents having sorrow, compassion, and concern for their children and really struggling over this idea. And frankly, where things should be in order, where the emperor is concerned, and that the state and all of that, there's chaos. So it's going to be a mess. I feel like there will be some people that don't, and some that do. I think there will be some that will send their kids to school, they get sick. There's others that will keep their kids home. I think it's going to be split where you're at. I mean, there's the wish to be able space and sight in the home card. I think they're going to, you would be wise to keep your kids at home, is what I'm getting. Wherever you're at, I don't have any idea, but I feel that a lot of people are going to opt not to have their kids go in because the state will want perhaps to keep the school open. And it shows that they don't have things well organized. So I think it's going to come down, interestingly enough, and appropriately enough, to parents to make that choice in your area. And I think some will have their kids go, and I feel others will. Um, I think you will end up having them stay at home. I feel bad for this situation. This is Barbara Wheel. Let's send love and light to the school children and their families all over the world. Absolutely. Because in the reading that I did on COVID and the prediction for fall and winter is that it's going to grow again. It's going to rise in strength. It's going to pick back up. And some schools that have opened will only open to close again. And it's really, people got to understand it's all about how we choose to react to this. If we choose to do things the sensible way, we can get this thing under control a lot faster. This ridiculous defiance of stomping your feet, I don't have to wear a mask, is just should be embarrassing to people. It's just stupid. It's not fun. Nobody enjoys wearing the mask, but it's just like if your kid is sick, you can be mad about it all you want. It's not going to change the situation. It's not a solution. So you have to do what you have to do to change a situation, right? It means growing up and not acting like a child about it. And so I unfortunately am seeing what I think will be pockets of areas that get hit. And I think it's really going to be down to a lot to leadership and whether or not things are very well managed or thought out. Okay. So that's what I see. I'm going to go ahead and send you guys out with some Reiki. I want to thank you all. And if I didn't get to your question, my apologies, but I really can't go back unless I only have like 3 questions on there. You have to get them in a little bit more ahead of time. Thank you so much. I'm going to send you guys out with some Reiki. All right. Thank you for showing up for my live. And just know all you got to do is just be open to receive this. But every Thursday, I try to, by Wednesday or Thursday morning at the latest, I try to get the question up so that there's not 10 million questions that are asked, but that so that you have a chance. So just look for every Thursday at 1 Pacific time and Sunday at 3 Pacific time. I will be on, and look a day or the morning of those lives to leave a question. All right? All right, you guys. Much love to you. Mwah. Bye. I've got a lot of videos to make. So I will talk to you guys all later. Thank you so much. Love you guys. Take care of yourselves. And if you're feeling exhausted, I really do too. A lot of it's the air quality. So make sure that you're drinking a lot of water, which is also what I need to do. And I will get some rest, you guys. This augmentin. Next time I'll show you the size of these capsules. They're ridiculously big. Thank you, Jenny. And I really feel bad about not being able to read Tasha and everyone's requests. So I just hope that you guys can pick up on the way I have to do things. Not the way I have to do things, but the way that I think really flows well. And Ron, I have to catch up with my email. I'm still way behind. But I'll get to it. All right, you guys. Bye. Thank you so much.